The power has been with you all along.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Trey Michael.
And this is Starla Michael.
And today we want to talk about the splitting of the two worlds. Right now, you guys, we are going through a shift in consciousness, a shift in belief systems. In this reality, you have the ability to hold on to a world that no longer serves you. Or two, you can choose to live in a world that is going to be full of abundance. But in order to get there, we all individually have to look inside of ourselves and question our reality and ask ourselves, are the belief systems that we held on to from the past, are they serving us right now?
That's right.
Hey, you guys, let's dive deep into this topic.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about change. Yeah, I said it. Change. And it's so hard. It is one of the hardest thing to do is change. I want to start by telling you what made us want to talk about change was my 9-year-old daughter. I'm going to give her the credit. I love you, Maya. She came to me and she was like, I was always telling her, don't pop your knuckles. Don't pop your knuckles. So she's sitting over there on the couch popping the knuckles. I say, Maya, don't pop your knuckles. It's going to give you arthritis. And she was like, what? It's going to give me arthritis. I say, yeah, when you get older, you'll have arthritis. And that's because all of my life, my mama told me, his mama told him, everybody always said, don't pop your knuckles. It will cause arthritis when you grow up. So my daughter, 9 years old, she said, I'm gonna Google it. So I said, Google it then. And let me tell you, when she Googled it, I was wrong.
It does not cause arthritis.
Popping your knuckles. I heard all my life, it does not cause arthritis. Popping your knuckles is just air between your knuckles, nitrous air. And when you do that, it creates that sound. But it says Google said it does not cause arthritis. It has nothing to do with it.
And it made me laugh because
oh my gosh,
when my daughter was saying this to me and my wife, our belief system,
yes,
the essence of all of our life, our grandparents, our great-parents, great-grandparents, our mothers, our fathers,
everybody,
they all told us that the cracking of the knuckles would cause arthritis in old age. Now, the reason that my wife and I were bringing up this topic was because it's hard to let go of those belief systems.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to be honest. Even in the process of them just Googling the cracking of the knuckles, we did what we learned in colleges, going back and getting a reference point that had science base behind it.
That's right.
So we searched and searched and searched in disbelief to hold on to that belief system.
Yes.
And it all came back that it's nitrous gas, and it's the collapsing of the nitrous gas when you crack it between the joints that causes the cracking sound, which has no adverse effect to the human's hand. So again, our great-grandparents, our grandparents, our parents were wrong, and I was wrong.
That's right.
It is the hardest thing to admit. What we're basically trying to get to is this. That opened us up to question more things in our reality.
That's right.
And I believe that, like we said, the splitting of the two worlds, it's the universe saying to you and I, some of the things that you've been holding on to for 2,000 years,
forever,
1,000 years, 100 years, whenever the belief system began into your bloodline and your family, you're watching it in real lifetime collapse. Because this is the age of discovery. This is the age of Aquarius. This is the 5th dimension. And the things that we held on so strongly to it will destroy us and we will disintegrate with it if we continue to hold it. I want to give a few things that are happening in my life, and I'm noticing it on a national scale from television, that's explaining to me that people or human beings are having a difficult time with change. Sometimes, and I'll use the rebel flag as a point, a proving point. A lot of people say that everybody that wears that rebel flag has hate in their heart, and I honestly don't buy that. I'm from Alabama, and I've seen people that didn't have the hate that wear the flag. A lot of them say it's for their heritage. Now, when you say the word heritage, that means you're speaking of my family. You know, it's like my family told me cracking the knuckles is wrong, so how dare you come against me? And I understand that. But what I'm saying is, when you face reality, when you face the truth, it sometimes hurts and it's painful. It hurts the pride. It hurts the ego, which is edging God out. Because we don't want to be wrong. I mean, listen, to have my wife have to be wronged by a 9-year-old girl? Really?
It felt pretty crappy.
It felt pretty crappy. But it's okay.
That's right.
But my wife and I both had an opportunity. We could have said, I'm the adult and you shut your mouth, little girl. You know,
I'm the nurse.
Yeah, she's the nurse. How dare you tell me that I'm
That's
wrong?
right.
But it was so much more easier to accept the truth for what it was. Now, I also want to say this. If you are holding on to it because of your heritage, that does not mean it's right. Most human beings have spoken out, and this consensus came back from Mississippi to Alabama to Georgia to Florida to all the southern states. The human beings have spoken. And to the human collective, they said that it's offensive.
That's right.
And it's wrong. And it's something that people are going to have to deal with. And to be truthful, is nothing that me, you, or anyone can stop it. Because the Creator ordained this day and this time for that particular reason.
That's right.
Now, I want to talk about some things that's hard for humanity as a whole, and not just the flag issue. It's a lot of issues that every human being deals with.
That's right.
And one of them is your belief systems. And it's the main thing.
That's a big one.
It's a big one.
Big one.
It's the thing that I believe in was good for me 20 years ago. And if it was good for me, then it's good for my kids and my kids' kids. Well, let's use that same concept when we think about the mule. Back in the olden days, the mule was the back of plowing through the fields. And if you'd ask your great-great-great-grandparents, they'll tell you the mule is the best thing smoking. And the truth is, the mule was the best thing smoking.
Then.
Now, let's say you were one of the people that says, if it was good for my great-great-great-grandpappy, then it's good for me.
That's right.
Then let me see all of the great farmers of planet Earth today. Put down your millions of dollars worth of equipment that plows through mass fields to put salads on your plates, carrots and vegetables and all the great things that you eat every day. What would happen if they deny the new portion of reality?
Oh, wow.
And they went all and used mules? Do you know how much famine would be on planet Earth today?
Ooh.
I'll give you another example. When they created the horse and the carriage, it was a great fleet. It was a great invention for the human being. We can load up our cargo on the back and we can ride out with the horse. Now let me see you guys right now get on a horse and carriage and travel to California to make your meeting for your business trip. See, but humans evolved. And they decided to say, no, you know what? The Wright brothers are right. I think flying through the air will be the best course of action to get to California right now, to make that meeting in a fashionable time and to be comfortable when I get there. See, what's happening now is all of those things that we've learned and we've disavowed from the past, it's time to unlearn those again.
That's right.
And to learn something new.
And also, if we start with the little things, because change is so hard. Start with just the little things in your life that you know that no longer serve you, and you don't want to stay there. I call that ignorance. When you hold on to things that you know are not true, or that you know that no longer serve you, and you try to hold on to them, that's the path of ignorance, which leads to, that's the matrix. Ignorance, pain, suffering, lack, that's that path. So the longer that you hold on to it, that's the path that you're choosing. The path of awakening is living in, to have have knowledge of things and to accept that, and you'll have happiness and love, abundance. That's that path, and that's the path that I'm choosing. But just like I said, start with the little things. Like, for one thing that we always taught all our lives, milk. Drink your milk.
It's healthy for your bones.
It's good for you. It's gonna make your bones strong. Drink all of your milk.
And we were propagandized that for a long time.
Our whole life.
And then the scientists have found out that milk was not conducive to your growth.
It's not. Actually, the older you get, is actually the more you need to minimize your milk and dairy products. And think about it. We're drinking a cow's milk just because our parents did it.
Just because our great-grandparents did it. Because it was good for my children's children.
Right.
And then you come to a realization, a path that you could take to. You could say, well, I refuse to change.
Right.
I refuse to listen to this.
We've always had that or did this.
I love that, because we've always done it. But then if you look into it deeper, you'll realize that we're the only species that drinks another mammal's milk. When the woman has breasts that can fill the child's needs. But instead, we rather defy nature and we go against the grain. And then we ask ourselves, why are all these diseases sprouting out? What is happening? God, why are you putting this on us?
When you get older, milk is even linked to cancer. Isn't that crazy?
And I want to quote a scripture from the Bible. It says, my children shall perish for the lack of knowledge. So, again, like we said, you all have the ability. We're choosing the right path.
That's right.
We're going head first into the unknown, and we're willing to take off every identity, every belief system that we've ever heard from our ancestors or their ancestors.
Everything.
And we're going to question it. And we're going to say right now in the year 2020, what is serving me? Not just because my mommy told me it or my poppy told me it. Question it. Because remember, where you end at is where your children will begin.
Right, I was just going to say that. Just because what I know and I thought was true, I don't want to keep this propaganda going and spread lies to my children. And then guess what? They just keep it going to their children. It's not true. If it's not true, don't keep passing along, because that's what our parents did to us. You know,
correct.
That's from what they know. Not saying that they're wrong for that. They just told you what they knew.
It was what served them at that time.
Right.
But we're at a pivoting point in humanity. I mean, you're seeing this on a mass scale.
Mass scale.
Don't turn a blind eye to what you're seeing happen. Change is happening whether you want it to happen or not. The question is, do you go with the flow or do you fight against the current of the wave? So at the end of the day, this is a spiritual, physical, financial, mental journey that we're all experiencing. And those that are going to come out on the great side of it are those that said universe, God, creator, source, whomever you identify, the all, the loving all. Your will be done and not mine.
That's right.
And when you embrace that, you're willing to say, hey, it's okay if the universe is giving me guidance that doesn't coincide with old belief systems. Because all things pass away. And again, all things become new. I said new, not added to, but new. Right. So listen, you guys, on this spiritual awakening journey, it's awesome. It's great. It's great for those that choose to change. And for those that choose to hold on and to cling, whatever is being destroyed will be destroyed with you.
That's right.
And that's
just like my belief of believing that by popping the knuckles, it's no longer anymore. It just died. That belief is gone, and I let it go. But if I would have held on to it, then I'm just ignorant.
It's just
holding on to ignorance. So
listen, you guys.
It's no more.
Like we're trying to say, and like we always say, live your full potential.
Okay.
Be your best version. And in order to do so, you have to admit that we as humans are flawed characters. And know that the more that you change and you let the light in, is the more that you have the ability to expand and grow. Because if you are not growing, then you are disintegrating.
That's right.
Hey, like we always say, live,
love,
and laugh. And namaste, namaste, namaste. Peace.
Peace, everybody.
You guys, it's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Peace.